What's up, Sunny Health and Fitness? My name is Luis. I am your instructor for today. I have a 15-minute cycling workout for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, but first I wanna go ahead and answer some of your questions that you guys have submitted. So let's go ahead and start with a couple questions and then we'll get this thing going. All right, so question number 1, should I eat before I start my cycle exercise? Now, bottom line is that everybody's a little different. For instance, some people, if they're doing it first thing in the morning, they want to get a little something into their system before they do so that they don't feel faint or low energy, but some people do better without. So if you're not sure which one you are, I would recommend eating a little something, a snack, a banana, something light, 45 minutes to an hour before, just so you give your body some time to digest and then get into it. But again, everyone's a little different, all right? Let's get into the next question. Here we go. So number 2, how long have I been using the cycling bike? All right, well, I started as a student before I started teaching, but that was probably about like 4.5 years ago that I first started taking my cycling classes. So it's been a minute. I love the bike, great workout. All right, let's get into the next one. Next question, do you treat yourself to any guilty pleasures for completing a challenging workout? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, you know what? Sometimes yes, but to be honest, I try not to think about food or treats like that as like a reward system, just because in general, I try to keep it balanced. But hey, if you have a crazy week and you do a couple extra crazy workouts, or I'm teaching a bunch that week, sure, by the end of the week, I might treat myself to a little something. Who knows? All right. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start by warming up on the bike. So we're gonna start with a nice little warm up and go ahead and strap those feet in. Start to put your handles on the bar and roll those knees forward. Right here, we're just gonna take some time to warm the legs up. Right away, go ahead and give me maybe 2 to 3 quarter turns on that knob. You wanna get some resistance going so that your knees don't feel like they're just flying through. You wanna have some control with a nice steady pace. Again, we're just getting started. The pace wants to be at about a 4, 5 out of 10, 10 being pretty intense, yeah? So you just wanna start to get those knees rolling. Shoulders are back and down, that chest is tall. Eyes are forward, eyes on the prize, all right? Start to find that breath. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. Cool, all right, so as we get that body warmed up, I want us to go ahead and get ready because we're gonna play a little game of Would You Rather. So you're gonna have, I'll ask you a question and you're gonna have 2 options, A and B. The options will show up on the screen, you will see them, but depending on your answer, you're going to either increase those RPMs, meaning increasing that speed on the bike, or you're gonna increase the resistance. So I'll cue you on how many turns or what turn to do, but we're gonna turn that knob to the right, okay? At the end of the day, you take it at your pace, create the resistance you need that works for you so that it's nice and challenging, but so that we're able to keep our good form and keep that pace going, all right? So give me a little bit more here. Big deep breaths. That nice steady pace, knees are rolling forward. You're pressing your heels down into those pedals. Making sure, I'll remind us throughout just in case, but a light grip on those handlebars just so we're not dead gripping that bar. You want it to stay nice and light. Wiggle it out if you need. All right, you guys, here we go. We're gonna get started with our Would You Rather. So, question number 1, what's it gonna be? We have, would you rather have a personal maid, or a personal chef, all right? So if you're going with the maid, you're gonna increase those RPMs, go a little faster. If you're going for the chef, you wanna give me a turn to the right, 1 big turn. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the maid just because I honestly enjoy cooking. I think it's kind of fun. I'm no crazy chef. I'm not gonna make some fancy meal, but I like to experiment when I can. So I'd rather have somebody, you know, help me clean around the house because that seems a little more work, all right? So take your pick, get into it. In a little bit here, we're gonna go for question number 2. Take a big deep breath. Exhale, let it go. Hey. All right, question number 2, let's go. Number 2, would you rather lounge by the pool or on the beach? Ooh, now I know there's some people out there that don't like the sand, but I'm a beach boy, so I'm gonna go ahead and increase that resistance. I'm gonna give a big turn to the right. You're gonna feel that difference in those pedals. still trying to keep a nice steady pace. Right here, we want to feel at about a 6, 7, starting to pick it up a little more. Yes. Same thing, take your time, roll those shoulders out, light grip. Still rolling those knees forward and pressing those heels down. All right, check in, how we feeling, how we feeling? Here's the deal, we have one more question in this little block and then we get to recover, okay? So take a big deep breath in, out, keep that chest tall, rolling forward. All right, we ready for this last question? Here we go. Question number 3. Would you rather, ooh, I love this one. Okay, would you rather have a sing-off with Ariana Grande or a dance-off with Rihanna? If you're Ariana, you increase that speed. If you're Rihanna, ooh, that's two close names, you're gonna go ahead and give me 1/4 turn to the right. If you can give me more right here. After this, we recover, remember that, so challenge it. Now, I'm a dancer, so I would much rather have a dance-off with Miss Rihanna because Lord knows there's no way I'm gonna compete with Ariana on those vocals. Whew, I'd give you guys a sample, but I'll save y'all that little torture moment. Here we go, roll it out, roll it out. We're here for about 30 more seconds. Now, here's your chance. Remember, we get a break after this. So, can you give me just a little 1/4 turn more to the right? Can you pick up that pace a little bit? Nice and steady. Pushing those heels down. That's it. Let's take it home and then we recover. Come on. Check in. How's that heart rate? Can we help slow it down or keep it steady with that breath? Big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. That'll help control that pace, that heart rate. For 3, 2, and 1. Slow those legs down if you need to take a couple turns to the left on that knob to release some of that resistance, release some of that resistance. We have a minute break right here, and then we're gonna get into round 2, okay? The game is not over. We got more would you rathers, and they only get spicier and spicier. No, I'm just kidding, but we're gonna get into it. So just go ahead and relax. If you need a quick sip of water, grab a baby sip of water. Try not to take too much, just so, you know, we're keeping that energy high, trying to reduce any side cramps from too much water, but take a little sip if you need it, all right? Towel off, and then we'll get into it. So making sure, again, you don't wanna take all that resistance off. You still wanna have a little bit on. That is your starting point. That is your home base. Again, we wanna make sure we have that control in the knees. Shake it out, shake it out. If you need a little booty shake break, you could give me a little booty shake break. Ooh, ooh, to the right, to the left. Just kidding, sit down. Let's go. Roll it through. Here we go. Round 2. First question. Let's see what we got. Would you rather, ooh, date someone with bad breath or bad manners? You know what? I'd be popping mints in that mouth every 5 minutes because I would rather that than bad manners. That's harder to deal with. So if you're going for that bad breath, increase that speed. That's me right here. If you're going for the manners, increase that resistance. Give me 1 big turn to the right. Picking up that pace. Let's go. Really think about it. Man, see the things you gotta consider. It's a crazy, crazy world out there. People really be having bad breath like that. Roll those knees, let's go. Push that pace. Now with this, energy-wise or exertion-wise, I want us to be at an 8. This is our second round, 8 or 9, all right? So we're starting to push ourselves more and more. We still have 2 questions in this round, but I want us to keep pushing. Here we go, question number 2. We got, would you rather only be able to listen to holiday music or watch nothing but horror movies? All right, I know some of y'all are probably real movie, horror movie fanatics. I do love me a horror movie, but I don't know if I could only watch them. I think it would just make me a little too depressed. So I'm gonna go with the music. I'm gonna increase that speed a little more. Holy moly, that's 2 speed increases. So now we're going quick. If you went for the other option, the horror movies, you create that resistance. Give me that turn to the right. Keep pumping, keep pushing those legs. Making sure we're still in that good form. As we get tired, very common for us to wanna punch our back or bend those elbows. Try and keep the arms nice and long and keep that chest tall. Good. All right, we got one more question in this round, one more question. Here we go. One more question. Would you rather have a pause button for your life or a rewind button? Oh, that's a hard one because I feel like either way, well, no, I don't know. I'll explain in a second, but take your pick, increase the RPMs or that resistance. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the pause button. Oh my gosh, okay, 3 speed increases. Keep pumping. Here's the reason why. Because I feel like once something is done, you gotta let it happen. But you can pause before, take a second, think about what you're gonna do, and then get after it, okay? That's just my take on it. I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer. Let's just go. Keep pushing. Keep breathing. Give me 10 more seconds wherever you're at. Keep that pace going. And then we get our second recovery. That's it. Pull that belly button in, squeeze that core. 3, 2, recover, okay? All right, take a minute. Again, baby sip of water, towel off, whatever you gotta do. Now, in the meantime, I haven't checked in with y'all as far as your answers go yet. So feel free to drop in the comments. What did you answer? What were some of your favorite questions? What is an answer you want to share where you're really passionate about that one? Is it the bad breath? Is it the manners? Is it Miss Ariana Grande? Let me know. Yes, take that pace nice and slow, nice and steady. We're here for about 30 more seconds. Take it as you need. Again, if you had that resistance on, you can take a little bit off. Just make sure to keep some there. Whew. All right, you guys. We're gonna go for a third and final round. All right, third and final round in less than 10 seconds here. So keep rolling forward, shake it out, do a little dance, get back in position. Question number 1, round 3, here we go. First one, would you rather always have a full phone battery or a full tank of gas? I hope we're all on the same page on this one because gas be expensive these days, so I'm gonna go ahead and increase that resistance. I'm gonna give myself 1.5 big turns to the right, all right? Because I would so much rather have a full tank of gas. In this economy, come on, roll. 30 more seconds right here. Push that pace, push that resistance, whichever you chose. This is your last round, so I want you at that 9-10. Really push it. That's it. All right, get ready. Keep going right there. Question number 2. Here we go. Number 2, would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse? I'm increasing that resistance again. I'm going, zombie. I meant to say zombie, so I'm gonna go for that speed, but you take your pick. Reason being, I feel like robots are gonna outsmart us all, y'all, so I'd rather fight a zombie, okay? I don't know about these robots. They're gonna be too intelligent. So I'm picking up that pace. How we doing out there? How we doing? Check in that heart rate. Big deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Keep rolling through. Oh my gosh. All right. Ooh, we got a question coming through. How do you stay motivated when life knocks you down? You have 30 more seconds here, so don't worry, I got you. Now, how do I stay motivated? You know, that's really hard sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I like to think I'm generally a positive person, but I also think it really depends on your environment and who you surround yourself with and the energy you surround yourself with. If you're finding that it's negative energy around you and you need to change things up, sometimes the smallest little change in your routine, in the people you surround yourself with, whatever it might be, the smallest little change can make such a big difference. Keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can literally be changing your morning routine up day by day. I hope that helped. Here we go. Last question, number 3. Would you rather? Hey, would you rather never get a cold ever again or never be stuck in traffic ever again? All right, here's the deal. I lived in LA, so traffic is awful, but I think I got too used to it. So I don't like being sick. So I'm gonna say never get a cold. All right, I'm gonna increase that speed. Let's go, let's go. All right, one more question while we do this. Home stretch, come on, push through. Remember, 9-10, we're at 9-10. What's your favorite playlist to use during your cardio workouts? Music is like 100 for me, okay? So I'm also a dancer, so it just fires me up. I don't think I have a specific playlist, but as far as like genres go, I love like early 2000s pop, hip hop, R&B, you know. If you find a good remix, holla. Some reggaeton, add a little spice. And I feel like that's it. I just like really high energy stuff that I can dance to, you know, even if it's in my head. Whew. Give me 10 more seconds. 10. Roll through. 9 to 10. Are we there? Keep breathing. Yes. 3, 2. Shake it out. Recover. Take a minute right here. Slow that pace down. Ooh, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, lighten that grip. Beautiful job. I know y'all crushed it out there. Hey, we're all still here, right? We're alive. We made it. We did it. We're going to go ahead and take a second to just slow it down, and then we're going to do a little stretch, okay? Slowly roll those knees. Take a little resistance off. Turn that knob to the left. Relax the shoulders. Still nice and tall. Rolling those knees forward. Good. Slowly bring your feet to a stop. And we're just going to stretch it out real quick. So right foot in front, left foot back. If you end up with the opposite, no big deal. We'll do both sides. So go ahead and stand it on up out of the saddle. Bring your hands up to the top of those bars and sink the hips back. So big stretch, press the heels down, lengthen that spine, and press the heels down to feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Take a big deep breath, slowly roll to switch those feet other direction. Now left is in front, same thing, take it back. Big deep breath through every stretch. Slowly bring it up. Now from here, bring that chest tall, a nice little cobra, standing on that bike. Same thing, press the heels down, shoulders rolled back. Take a big deep breath. Exhale, slowly drop the seat back into your saddle. Interlace the fingers behind you. Press the chest out, arms back. And exhale, let it go. Just give me one big deep breath right here. Big deep breath, arms up. And exhale, shake it out. All right, awesome job. Now, before we wrap this up, we're gonna answer a couple more questions, all right? So, here we go. Question number 1. What are the main tips for a beginning cyclist? All right, if you're brand new to it, if you're not sure how to get started, best thing is to just set a couple times throughout the week, whether it's maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week, to even do like a 15, 20-minute ride, right? So it doesn't have to be crazy, crazy long. Just get a little bit in. That way you can start to test your pace and also test how much resistance you can withstand on the bike. And slowly but surely, with consistency, you're gonna get better and better, yeah? All right, be patient with yourself, key. Next question, here we go. How do you keep workouts fun or interesting? Okay. Yeah, this is great. I think changing up intervals, that's the simplest thing you can do, just switching it up a little by little. So maybe you start increasing the speed at which you go a certain resistance, or take it down a notch, or just the smallest little change in time. But also just, I think also if you can do it with somebody, if you find like an instructor, for instance, on the Sunny app, what's good, that you really, really like, I think that energy will just attract. And also just switch up the music if you need to, you know what I mean? A little change in playlist can sometimes spice it up. I know that's what I love to do. Like I said before, music really fuels me, so I think that's a big part for me. But the smallest little things can keep it exciting, all right? And also, if you're doing cycling a bunch, maybe you try a dumbbell workout. Maybe you try treadmill. Maybe you try a run, whatever it is. So keep the variety there. All right, next question. If you could train any celebrity, who would it be? Okay, fun fact, if you did not know this, I have. Her name is Madonna, and that was probably a really exciting time. So that's one, but I think another idol that I would like to work with is definitely J-Lo. She's just killing the game and she looks amazing. So J-Lo, holla. All right, yes. I do believe we have one question that somebody submitted. So what do you love about Sunny products and working there? Okay, first of all, shout out to the Sunny crew, because everybody here is super cool. And I love coming in and I love shooting because everything just is so smooth. But also, the products are super comfortable. For instance, this bike, I feel super comfortable. I love how easy they are to use, especially if you're a beginner. just hop on in, and it's great because the app is the perfect integration where it's specifically made for these products. So all the trainers here, we're all creating these workouts with these specific products in mind. So it's really nice to get a hang of it with somebody kind of guiding you through that specific bike, treadmill, whatever it is. So yeah, it's great. All right, you guys, I think, oh, one more, just real quick. Are you a morning or a night workout person? Definitely morning. I like to get it done, out of the way, and then enjoy my day. All right, you guys, there we go. So if you haven't checked out the SunnyFit app yet, go ahead and download it. It is free. You can go on and there's a bunch of free workouts programmed, again, by your favorite Sunny trainers with a variety. You can find me on there. I'm doing cycling. I do dumbbell. You'll find me on the app. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember to follow us on all our socials. My name is Luis, and I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. Drink a lot of water, rest and recover. Have a beautiful rest of your day.